is with a heavy heart that I say this, and yet I must. If we are to show that we are a true democratic republic, then all those who entered our nation's capital should be charged with felony trespass, felony sedition, felony terrorism, and felony murder. And Donald Trump and Rudy Giuliani should be charged with inciting these felony acts. And Senators Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley, along with the remaining 6 senators and 139 congresspersons who objected to the certification of electors, should be held accountable for their part in these atrocious acts. If we are to prove to ourselves, our families, our fellow country persons, and the world that the United States of America is a true democracy which implies equal rights and equal justice for all races under the rule of law, then under the current laws of our land, all those who breached our capital must be charged with felony trespass, felony sedition, felony terrorism, and felony murder. While my heart is filled with compassion, and I wish no harm toward any person, if we do anything less than this, it will only prove that America is a racist nation with different laws and different enforcement based on racism. If we do not hold these perpetrators accountable to the fullest extent of our law, we will show that we are prejudiced in our enforcement of the law, committed to enforcing to the full extent of the law when people of color are involved, but hypocritically acting with impunity and leniency when it comes to crimes committed by white people. The world is watching. We are all watching to see what happens next, if true justice will be done, or if we will brush it all under the rug, saying, let's move forward, without ever addressing these violent acts. This can never be allowed to happen. If we allow these acts to go unpunished or exercise leniency, then we will all bear some responsibility in the perpetrator's guilt, as our silence or leniency will be interpreted as tacit approval and racial bias toward those who committed these reprehensible acts. While I understand that many of these actors have been victims of misinformation and deceit, the peace has been broken, and 5 people, including a Capitol Police officer, have lost their lives. Allowing this to go unpunished or underpunished would be the equivalent of a wife allowing an abusive husband to continue to exercise abuse and victimize their children. And in the act, unfortunately, that happens with such regularity. As I said earlier, to some extent, it hurts my heart to have to call for us to exercise justice against these perpetrators. After all of them are someone's child, and many of them are someone's sibling and someone's parent. Yet so was Brian Sicknick, the U.S. Capitol Police officer who was beaten to death and perhaps struck with a fire extinguisher, and he lost his life defending our capital from these invaders.